The difference between who you are and who you want to be is what you do. Do what is right, not what is easy. Strive not to be a success, but rather to be of value. Do what you can with what you have where you are. The secret of change is to focus all your energy not on fighting the old, but on building the new. Success is a journey, not a destination. If opportunity doesn't knock, build a door. Be yourself. Everyone else is already taken. You cannot grow unless you are willing to change. Discipline is the bridge between goals and accomplishment. Don't be afraid to give up the good to go for the great. You cannot change your destination overnight, but you can change your direction overnight. Growth begins when we start to accept our own weakness. Life isn't about finding yourself. Life is about creating yourself. Your level of success will rarely exceed your level of personal development. Continuous improvement is better than delayed perfection. Success is nothing more than a few simple disciplines practiced every day. You don't have to see the whole staircase, just take the first step. Life shrinks or expands in proportion to one's courage. Incredible change happens in your life when you decide to take control of what you do have power over. The greatest discovery of all time is that a person can change his future by merely changing his attitude. Your education is a dress rehearsal for a life that is yours to lead. You must do the things you think you cannot do. We cannot become what we need to be by remaining what we are. You are never too old to set another goal or to dream a new dream. What you do today can improve all your tomorrows. We are what we repeatedly do. Excellence, then, is not an act but a habit. It is not the strongest of the species that survive, but the one most responsive to change. The only way to grow is to challenge yourself beyond what you already know. He who opens a school door closes a prison. If you are not willing to risk the usual, you will have to settle for the ordinary. Man cannot discover new oceans unless he has the courage to lose sight of the shore. Change is inevitable, but personal growth is a choice. The only person you are destined to become is the person you decide to be. Growth is painful, change is painful, but nothing is as painful as staying stuck somewhere you do not belong. Knowing yourself is the beginning of all wisdom. When we are no longer able to change a situation, we are challenged to change ourselves. Make each day your masterpiece. The biggest room in the world is the room for improvement. Your life does not get better by chance, it gets better by change. What you get by achieving your goals is not as important as what you become by achieving them. The measure of intelligence is the ability to change. He who has a why to live can bear almost any how. We delight in the beauty of the butterfly, but rarely admit the changes it has gone through. To improve is to change. To be perfect is to change often. What we fear doing most is usually what we most need to do. There is nothing noble in being superior to your fellow man. True nobility is being superior to your former self. Growth is never by mere chance. It is the result of forces working together. Success is not final. Failure is not fatal. It is the courage to continue that counts. Success is liking yourself, liking what you do, and liking how you do it. Motivation is what gets you started. Habit is what keeps you going. The best investment you can make is in yourself. The more you know yourself, the more patience you have for what you see in others. Everything you've ever wanted is on the other side of fear. If you don't like something, change it. If you can't change it, change your attitude. If you want something you have never had, you must be willing to do something you have never done. If you want to improve, be content to be thought foolish and stupid. The path to success is to take massive, determined action. Education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world. You grow through what you go through. He who conquers himself is the mightiest warrior. If you change the way you think, you can change the way you feel. The successful person makes a habit of doing what the failing person doesn't like to do. A year from now, you may wish you had started today. No one saves us but ourselves. No one can and no one may. We ourselves must walk the path. Small daily improvements over time lead to stunning results. It is not in the stars to hold our destiny, but in ourselves. Every next level of your life will demand a different version of you. Act as if what you do makes a difference. It does. Personal growth is not a matter of learning new information, but of unlearning old limits. Personal growth requires courage to move beyond comfort zones. We cannot become what we want by remaining what we are. The only way to make sense out of change is to plunge into it, move with it, and join the dance. It always seems impossible until it's done. The only limit to our realization of tomorrow is our doubts of today. Be not afraid of growing slowly. Be afraid only of standing still. It is never too late to be what you might have been. You must expect great things of yourself before you can do them. You cannot dream yourself into a character. You must hammer and forge yourself one. The only journey is the one within. Do not go where the path may lead. Go instead where there is no path and leave a trail. We cannot solve our problems with the same thinking we used when we created them. Turn your wounds into wisdom. Do one thing every day that scares you. Change the way you look at things, and the things you look at change. You are always a student, never a master. You have to keep moving forward. With realization of one's own potential and self-confidence comes the strength to build a better world. The key to growth is the introduction of higher dimensions of consciousness. Don't compare yourself to others. Compare yourself to the person you were yesterday. Take responsibility of your own happiness. Never put it in other people's hands. If you get tired, learn to rest, not to quit. The greatest wealth is to live content with little, while striving to grow. If there is no struggle, there is no progress. What lies behind us and what lies before us are tiny matters compared to what lies within us. You will either step forward into growth or step back into safety.